guys, welcome. Welcome. Hey guys, welcome to Salman Shahid and Aizu videos. Today, if you're watching it, please contact Salman Shahid and Aizu al ain.com. So, I'll post it. Okay, now we will start. You go. Okay. When your DACA says Algeria, you call it dinar. When your money says Argentina, you call it peso. When your money says Australia, you call it dollar. And when your DACA money says Bahrain, you call it dinar. When your money says Bangladesh, you call it taka. When your money says Belarus, you call it ruble. And when your money says Brazil, you call it real. Okay, when your money says Burundi, you call it ringgit. When your money says Bulgarian, you call it lev. When your money says Burundi, you call it Gayat. Okay, let's start with C. When it's Cambodian, when your money says Cambodia, you call it real. When your money says Canada, you call it dollar. When your money says Chile, you call it peso. When your money says Chinese, you call it yuan. When your money says Colombian, you call it peso. When your money says Costa Rica, you call it colon. When your money says Czechia, you call it crown. And when your money says Denmark, you call it krone. And when your money says Egypt, you call it pounds. When you call it euro, oh, I forgot to say something. Let's start with D. Let's start with E. Now euro. When you say okay, when your money says Europe, you call it European money. No, you call European money, yes. Now let's start with H. When your money says Hong Kong, you call it dollar. When your money says Hungary, you call it forint. Now let's start with I. When your money says Iceland, you call it Corona. When your money says India, you call it rupee. And when your money says Indonesia, you call it rupiah. When you call, and when, okay, when you, when your money says Iran, you call it real. When your money says Iraq, you call it dinar. When your money says Israel, you call it new shekel. Now when your money says Japan, you call it yen. When your money says Jordan, you call it dinar. Nah. Oh, I forgot to say something. It's stop. Let's start. Okay, let's start. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Let's start with K. When your money says Kazakhstan, you call it tank. And when your money says Kenya, you call it shilling. When your money says Kuwait, you call it dinar. And when your money's now, let's start with L. Now you when your money says Laos, you call it kip. And when your money says Lebanon, you call it pounds. And when you get it McCann, you call it patika. No, pataka. Oh, I forgot to say something. Let's start with M. Okay. When your money says Malaysia, you call it ringgit. And when your money says Mexico, you call it peso. And when your money says Moldova, you call it liu. And when your money says Morocco, you call it dirham. When your money says Nauru, you call it Nauru money, Nauruian money. Okay? When your money says Nepal, you call it rupee. When your money says Taiwan, you call it dollar. And when your money says New Zealand, you call it dollar. When your money says Norway, you call it krone. When your money says Oman, you call it rial. And when your money says Pakistan, you call it rupee. And when your money says Philippines, you say peso. It's called peso. Oh, I forgot to say something. Let's start with N, let's start with O, let's start with P. And now, when your money says Poland, you call it zloty. Okay, this is a pound. Because, okay, hey guys, can you tell me which one is this? Please tell me in the comments. Anyways, let's start with Q. When your money says Qatar, you call it real. Okay, let's start with R. When your money says Romania, you call it liu. When your money says Russia, you call it ruble. And anyways, let's start with S. When your money says Saudi Arabia, you call it real. And when your money says Singapore, you call it dollar. When your money says South Africa, you call it rand. And when your money says Sri Lanka, you call it rupee. 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 Oh, I forgot to say something. Let's start with N. Oh, I said it. Okay. Okay. When your money says Sweden, you call it Corona. When Swiss way. When your money says France, you call it Swiss. No, you call it franc. When your money says Syria, you call it pounds. Anyways, let's start with T. Okay? When your money says Tanzania, you call it shilling. And when your money says Thailand, you call it baht. When your money says Tunisia, you call it dinar. And when your money says Turkey, you call it lira. And when your money says United Arab Emirates, you call it dirham. When your money says Uganda, you call it shilling. And when your money says Ukraine, you call it hryvnia. Oh, I forgot to say something. Let's start with you. Now, when your money says United States of America / United States of America, you call it dollar. And when your money says Uzbekistan, you call it som. When your money says Vietnam, you call it dong. When your money says one, you call, okay, it's a quiz, tell me in the comments. And when your money says Zambia, you call it Kwacha. Now, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit, okay, bye bye.